Good morning, Tony Dottino here with my Live with Tony. And my goodness, the month of March is kind of flying by. It's hard to believe we're into the second week of March. It's March 9, and of course we all know that it's the beginnings of March Madness and big-time basketball tournaments and baseball season and spring training. And the sports world is moving about as the days go by. And as those days go by, I continue to read the various literature I can get my hands on that talk about how we can improve our mental functions, our cognitive activities, our things. What can we do, and how can we continue to maintain our mental health as we go through our lives, from be it our early ages of 5 to 12 and teen years, and as we move into adulthood and middle age and seniors, and I find these articles and these research that we continue to do that make a difference to anyone at any age as to what are things that we can do to maintain our mental health. And so in the March-April issue of the AARP Bulletin, they have a section in there on a regular basis on Ask Dr. Adam. And Dr. Adam is an internist and cardiologist who they seek out to answer questions. Let's see, Dr. Adams practices, teaches in New York City, and on the Monday issues of AARP, or on the monthly issues, they asked him some questions, and here's, can I strengthen my brain? So can I strengthen my brain? So I asked Dr. Adams, our brain forms new connections and grows new cells throughout our lives with the right conditions. So the question is, well, what are those conditions? So here's an interesting thing I've learned over the years of working with this, which is now over 30. It's been discovered that we're not fixed, our brain cells are not fixed and not stuck where they were at the time of birth or in our early 10 years of life. And that as we go through life, there are activities and things that we can do that actually help build new brain connections and actually strengthen our brains and our memories and our cognitive function. And so it's been interesting to me that there are things that we can do on a regular basis. It's similar to what we do going to the gym. And so it's always amazing to me. I go to LA Fitness for my exercise routines, mostly the treadmill. And you look at all these people building muscles, and the gym is packed, and people are weightlifting, and they're on a different weightlifting machines, which is all wonderful. But when I get a chance to talk to a few people, occasionally as I meet them either at the pool, or hot tub, or sometimes in the locker room, how you doing? What are you doing? A question I said, what are you doing to build the strength of your brain? And people look at me with this strange glance, like, this guy's a little weird, right? And people just don't think of what they can do to build and help to continue strengthening your brain, no matter what age you are. So here are 5 steps that Dr. Adams has in this March-April issue. I'm going to give you the right. It's in the March-April issue of the AARP Bulletin. One we've talked about over and over again. We're in the gym, we're exercising, right? So exercising, walking, dancing, swimming, gardening, Tai Chi, anything that keeps you moving and having blood flow, being active. It lowers your inflammation in your body, but it also helps build your vascular network, which keeps your kidneys and your brain alive. So Dr. Adams has got a great response here. Doing some moderate exercise 5 times a week, 3 times a week, I've seen so much variation on how many times a week. The important thing is that you're moving. And even after dinner, if you wanted to get out and take a 5-minute walk, it helps with the sugars in your body and processes all of your dinner eating habits and things of that sort. So exercising over and over again, some form of exercise, and it's breaking down, and more I read on this, the exercise is broken down into three things, which I do. Lightweight lifting, so you're building your muscles, things that build your thighs, maybe your calves, maybe you're doing something here for your arms, stomach crunches maybe, something that just keeps your muscles knowing that they got to keep working. And then you have flexibility exercises. How do I keep my joints? What am I doing to keep my neck muscles going? What am I doing to keep my hips, my waistlines going? What am I doing for my knees and my ankles? So some light flexibility exercises, and then of course your aerobic. So what type of aerobic exercises are you doing? Then he talks about, Dr. Adam talks about food. We've been talking about the MIND diet, the DASH diet. There are different activities of what should we be eating. And so what we don't realize is that as we digest this food, it goes here, the impacts of the chemistry of food, it goes up in here as well. And so what he talks about are leafy greens, berries, nuts, proteins, whole grains. Processed foods and sugars are the bad things that we should just be focused on. So even if you recognize not what to eat, but what not to eat in your processed food, your cold cuts, your refined cereals and things, breads that are not that are processed. Any of your processed foods could be eliminated from your diet, would even be a benefit, because as the doc talks about here, it drives your inflammation. And you don't want inflammation, right? You don't want things being fired up that shouldn't be fired up inside your whole body. So the more that you can eat in a way that reduces this, the better off you are. So even if you stop thinking about it and backing it up from there. One that we all know we want to do, because we feel it, it's almost immediate, is sleep. So number 3 in his article here is sleep. It's essential for memory, and it moves the metabolic waste from your brain. Now, we've talked about this and talked about it. We all want to get a good night's sleep. Who wants to wake up in the morning and not feel like they've got a good night's sleep? So there's so many different things on insomnia now and sleep disorders. And how do we get past that? What do we do with our sleeping habits? And so how do we get to the right night's sleep? And so we talk about not having blue light, not doing computer work an hour before bedtime, taking it easy. Don't get yourself worked and stressed up. So I have a rule, 8, 9 o'clock, no phone calls. I take them off in the morning. I get up early, I'll take them, first thing in the morning. But if anybody needs to reach me in the family, that I will see a phone in, and then those I'll answer. But otherwise, I'll take those calls in the morning. So sleeping is an essential part. It gets you to process and clean out the toxins in your brain, which is amazing that the science world has now been able to peel that back and see the benefits of getting sleep. Curiosity, this is an interesting one. It shows that lifelong learning protects your cognition. Learn to play music, try painting something, go get model kits and put something together. Anything that's challenging your brain has the plasticity. So it's something that maybe you would like to try. And the worst thing you do is not try anything and say, well, I know this isn't going to work. I see people when I talk to them about that, well, how do I know it's going to work? So people are looking for this guarantee of what's going to work. But if you're not engaged in something, then of course it's not going to work. You can be guaranteed then it's not going to work. So try something new. Go sit in on a class somewhere. A lot of colleges now offer seniors the opportunity to sit and just order the class and sit there and be a part of it, as long as you're not looking for a grade. And they're willing to do that. So that there's an asset available. Go to the libraries and see what library displays are. And some of our local libraries have different monthly exhibits or quarterly exhibits, and just go study what people are doing and what they're sharing with others, that help build your curiosity and help build your learning of new things. And then, of course, the one I've talked about over and over again that Dr. Adam has talked about here is connection. Another word for social activities. How do you stay involved with the community so you're not suffering with loneliness and feeling alone? It minimizes your depression and helps build your brain, helps continuous connections. And I've talked so many times on my live with Tony's about the importance of some type of social, even being out on a park bench and observing people, maybe dogs walking by or kids playing on the playground, just to get out and just observe what's going on in your community. So those are my tips coming off of the AARP Bulletin for the March-April session. I think it's a great article, and Dr. Adam, thank you very much for what you offer to people in the monthly issues of the AARP Bulletin. And we'll see you again back here on Wednesday. So we're off to a good week. Let's get something new into your agenda. Maybe this week, one day, see if you can try something new from some of the suggestions I've given you.